This episode of the Reppin the Stateline podcast with John, George, and Josh is sponsored by the Brodo Rockstar Group at eXp Realty. The home buying process is stressful, especially when it's your first time. The Brodo Rockstar Group is committed to giving you a stress-free experience while guiding you through the process from getting approved for a loan to getting the keys on closing day. Let their team treat you like a rock star. To book an appointment or to search all available properties in the State Line area, visit buywithbroda.com.
Friends, guys, I've missed you.
Yes, sir. We are back. It is episode 1 of season 2, Reppin the Stateline with John, Josh,
hello,
and George. Coming at you a little slow this morning, it sounds like, huh?
Oh my. Well, it's been a rough weekend.
It's been a wild 24 hours to say the least, huh?
Yeah.
Well, definitely it's been
They got a little sneak peek. I got text messages and stuff sent to me like, hey, I see a little sneak peek of your guys' new season that we posted yesterday on the page.
Reppin the Stateline, yeah.
Stateline.
Yeah, Reppin the Stateline page. So again, guys, everybody, welcome back. This is Reppin the Stateline podcast with John, George, and Josh. We're basically season 2, episode 1. We've been off for the last 6 weeks. We did have a little recap over the weekend. We posted a tailgate video from Soldier Field. It was a good time. I mean, it was with the exception of like the end of the game, it was like really a good day. So, and I want to thank George again for the invite. It's always a pleasure to put on some blue and orange and root for the Bears, even though you know how much crap I got today from videos we posted with me wearing a Bears sweater. And it was like, aren't you a Jets fan? Like what? And I'm like, guys, I can do this once a year for George. I can go to a game but like in 2 weeks, the Jets and the Bears are playing in the Meadowlands. You know I'm gonna be wearing my green.
And
George
he's gonna be wearing his Bear sweater in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. No, if when the Jets beat the Bears in 2 weeks, George is gonna be wearing my Jets sweater.
Oh, okay.
For a picture. That's the bet.
Okay.
I do remember yesterday, me and John did chant JETS, 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 exuberant amount of times in that stadium.
Yes, we did. We did chant the Jets many times, especially when the helicopters went over. But
that's
no,
funny.
it was a good time. It was funny seeing so many people from the Rockford, the State Line area, just in the tailgating area. I was shocked, like running into Bill from Rockford Cosmos with a bunch of his friends over there, and then the 25 bus. That's
Chicago Bears 25 bus.
Chicago Bears 25 bus. It was like right in the parking lot right next to us. So, and then running into Mark, the owner of Rockford Heating and Cooling again. Like, I mean, played golf with him last week and then see him at a Bears game. It's like, what are you doing here?
So, and we ran into fellow Cosmo. How did we that was also pretty crazy. Out of all the places, he's literally parked 3 cars down from us.
I know, just crazy. But
absolutely,
they were not happy. The parking people were not happy with us.
No, they were not. They like, well, we pulled in, nobody was directing, so we went left. Everybody was going right, we went left. So
we went left. We found a spot we liked. We just parked and set up. Needless to say, about an hour later, comes by, guys, what are you doing? Well, we're eating some food and drinking some beers. He goes, well, you can't be parked here. Well, sorry, we are.
We just kind of picked our own spot in the open middle of the parking lot with they're in our fairness, there was nobody directing anybody because we beat everybody there.
We were there early.
Yes, we were.
It was the longest 13-hour day in existence yesterday. I mean, got up at 4:30.
Just kept going.
Oh, it wouldn't end. The day just never ended.
And then we even stopped at an amazing hot dog joint. We
Yes,
wanted
on
hot
Arlington
dog.
Heights Road,
Yep,
Johnny's.
Johnny's beef. That's a problem. That is probably top 5 in Chicago for beef, and a lot of people will tell you that. So it's a good spot.
Well, I
Good
was just
spot on the
very
way by.
happy. A couple of Chicago styles and fries, and it was good. So I'm not complaining.
I did have a tamale. That tamale was delicious.
That
So
tamale was good.
What else have we been up to these last 6 weeks that we've been kind of MIA?
Ooh, well,
I
There's
have
been
been
a
on
lot.
a. I know I've been all over the place. I've been to Vegas, Dallas, Florida, just in these last 6 weeks. Pretty much after we recorded our last episode is when my traveling began. So I've been busy touring the United States. John, what have you been up to?
oh, you know the usual: drinking wine, hanging out with the family, selling houses, all the fun stuff. But no, we actually in the last 6 weeks, I did get appointed to. I got elected to be a director for Heartland Realtors out in Crystal Lake area. So I mean, doing that and just having fun, working with customers and spending time with the family. That's been the last 6 weeks. It's been weird not recording with you guys every week. I mean, we did that for 20 weeks straight.
Yeah.
So taking the 6 weeks off, it felt awkward. I see you guys all the time, so it's not like I missed you, like we didn't hang out or anything, but just hanging out without like writing notes and saying, "Oh, we're going to talk about this in the podcast, and we're going to do this or that." That's been weird.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I definitely missed you guys, like being here with the banter and talking. I did find a couple other podcasts though that I really enjoy. So I'm not going to
Oh, really?
I'm not going to plug them right now, but I mean, we want people to listen to us first. But maybe we'll have an episode where we talk about what inspirational podcasts do you listen to. So
Yeah, that'd be good. So here we are, season 1, episode 2, or season 2, episode 1. Got a really fun season in store. Just looking at what we've planned out. We did take some more time in this little 6-week hiatus to plan it out and put on a good show for you guys over the next 10 weeks. It is a 10 episode season. Without giving away the big stuff, but we are going to have several interviews this season where we're going to have a 4th person that you see talking to us about various things in the community. We also have a couple of sit and sips that are going to be more interactive than even last year. And we got some really fun surprises. In our first one will be in 2 weeks. No, I'm sorry. First one will be next week.
next week.
Yeah, first sit and sip.
Let's not tell them the secret because they're going to be intrigued on the. We don't have just one guest. We don't have just 2 guests, but we have 3 secret guests that are going to be on our sit and sip next week's episode. I don't want to share the juicy gossip, but this might not be the first. It's not going to be the last time I think they're going to be on our podcast. So
No.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm actually a little bit afraid.
We don't want to give it away now, John.
Nope, that's all I'm going to say is I'm a little bit afraid for this episode. So we'll see how it goes. But no, I can't believe we're in that perfect time of year either now. Like I mean, it's getting cold, which I don't like that. I like fall, but I like, 40 to 65. I like that kind of weather, but it is getting cold, but it's the holidays. And of course, like what we got coming up first, Thanksgiving, which is my favorite
time of the year.
So what's your favorite, like out of all the holidays? I mean, we just had Halloween. We got Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas coming. What is your favorite holiday? Like out of all of them? Josh.
Mine.
Ooh. See, it's tough. I'm gonna have to say my birthday.
That's not a holiday.
again, we know you're still tired.
No. I like Christmas. I think Christmas and Thanksgiving go hand in hand with each other. We always have a big shindig between my family and my wife's family. Um, I just like I don't necessarily love the day itself. I love like all the acts surrounding those days. You know what I mean? Because people really start to like give and they give back and they think of people that are less fortunate to them and like around Thanksgiving time. So I love what the holidays are about and what they bring out in people. And same with Christmas, right? You get together with your friends and your family and you do stuff the week before Christmas and you do stuff the week after Christmas. You know what I mean? It's just I love everything leading up to the day. I think is the best part of the holidays. So
Okay, so again, we're gonna go back to John's question. If you had to pick one holiday, which would it
Christmas.
be? Thank you. That wasn't so hard now, was it, John?
My goodness, I must be a horrible interviewer if he can't answer one question. All right, George, how about you?
Mine's
Hey,
Christmas, hands down.
I'm a little under the weather today. Okay, yesterday was a lot.
It's okay. It's
My
okay.
goodness.
Mine's hands down Christmas, but like Josh alluded to, it's the whole season. Literally from Thanksgiving through the New Year, it's like one big happy holiday. You got Thanksgiving, lots of football, lots of bear weather, a lot of football games. You've got my plush bash that's coming in December. And then you have Christmas, New Year's, the week in between. Everybody's home from school, everybody's home, the family's around. I don't know, it's just a whole season. That's my favorite season by far. Thanksgiving to New Year. If we could just live in that all year round, I'd be totally okay with it.
All right. Well,
Yours?
I will say I'm a little bit different. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday out of every holiday.
I thought you were
And
gonna say Easter.
no, it's not. Easter's cool and all, but like I mean, Thanksgiving's the one where it's like because like Christmas is crazy. You got presents and you're buying stuff and it's all like it's a lot of materialism and it's crazy shopping and all the stuff that goes on with Christmas. You know what I mean? Which as I'm getting older, it's like just cringy with how that all happens. But Thanksgiving's like that one holiday where we always had an open door growing up. If anybody had nowhere to go that day, there was an extra seat at the table always. I would have like guys and gals and people I knew that had no family in New York City. They'd come to my parents' house, the little apartment on Thanksgiving, get a plate, eat. It was just like always how it was. We adopted people basically. And we still did that tradition even now. I had a good friend I used to work with when I was a carpenter, and he got divorced that year, and his ex-wife had the kids, and his mom and dad were away, and he had nowhere to go. And it's like, no, you're at my house, your family. That's how it is. So I love Thanksgiving for that. And over the years, we've done it at some of my in-laws, but it's moved back to my home. I really like Thanksgiving at my house.
Yeah.
There's a bottle of whiskey, there's a turkey, you got the parade, the Macy's parade. I know you guys are from Illinois. It's like, but Macy's is here now. But that parade starts that whole season. You got the Rockettes dancing, you got, all the floats and all the musical numbers. And it's just something about that. And then the dog show afterwards, you got the Kennel Club dog show right after the parade. And it's just like, that's just a tradition I love. And then family and friends and food. And I love turkey and all this fixing. So Thanksgiving's my day. That's the jam.
Nice. Very nice.
I could give up all the other holidays.
I would like to experience a like Thanksgiving or like a Christmas in New York City. I think that'd be super cool.
It's definitely different. All right, funny story. The first year my wife lived in New York, she's like, we need to go see the lighting of the Christmas tree. I'm like, no, you don't. She's like, no, we do. It's like, okay. So you go to Rockefeller Center and we get there and you're waiting and it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And the crowd is just packing in around you. And you're all sitting there and it's like, and 3, 2, 1, there's pitch black and then boom, it's lit up. It's like, Now what? And 4 hours later to get home, trying to get out of that crowd. You got like a million people in one spot, all trying to get in the subways now and trying to move around. So it's a great experience. Go after the lighting, go a couple of days later. Same thing with New Year's.
Yeah, but it's an experience, right? You got to experience it at least once.
It is an experience, but for me, I grew up there, so it's but yeah, I went to more of those places when I'd have family come visit New York than any other time. But what big tradition does Chicago have for that kind of stuff? Like
We have our own parade.
I've lived here 20 years, but I mean,
Chicago has a parade, Thanksgiving Day parade. I used to dance in it with my dance ensemble. They still do to this day.
what are you
every year.
laughing at, Josh? George,
And I
I was a dancer.
always forget that George was a dancer growing up because the way that
and a cheerleader.
And a
graceful,
cheerleader, yes.
yes, but how graceful he was yesterday on his feet when they went paralyzed for 30 seconds.
The graceful falling up a hill.
You would totally not realize that he was a dancer. Fill you in. We're walking up a hill. You have me and John together. Garrett and George are together. They're a little bit in front of us, maybe 10 yards, right? 10, 15 yards. And all of a sudden you see George's legs just go paralyzed and he goes down. And I look at John, I go, did George just fall? He goes, yes.
Sure did.
Yep.
So then Garrett got him up and not even a step and he falls again.
Now, mind you, I am wearing my Sub-Zero.
Did you have grass stains? Did you get grass stains on those pants?
I don't think so, but I'm wearing my coveralls that basically fit like a marshmallow suit. So it was difficult to walk in as it is, let alone up a hill and wet grounds. And yes, it did not end well for me. I will give it to you. You guys got me on that one.
But he did not spill his beer.
No.
And that's all that matters.
He did not spill the Guinness. For all of you that follow us, though, we posted a video of us singing in the parking lot with Guinnesses in our hands. It was not even 3 minutes after that George fell.
Yes, it was about 3 minutes after that video. You will see that on Facebook. It was fun. It was a fun day. I have to say it is an enjoyable day hanging out with you guys for a Bears game. And Josh is a gourmet chef when it comes to breakfast foods. I'm just letting everybody know.
Those breakfast sandwiches you made were excellent. Absolutely no complaints at all.
My second batch, the cold batch wasn't as good as the first batch.
No.
But I also think it's because I forgot to season the eggs the second batch.
Yes, you forgot the seasoning on the second sandwiches.
And you burnt the bagels, but we'll let that go.
I will say this. One other thing I wanted to remind you of, we also did this weekend, Josh. Unfortunately, John didn't make it, but Josh was casino night. So that was my first year. Yep. This was my first time attending casino night. It was put on by the Stateline Chamber of Commerce, and it was an absolute blast. I literally felt like going in it, I had no idea what to expect. And one would argue that, when you're playing with fake money, it's not really as fun. I don't know. I felt like we were at a casino. It was legitimate dealers, legitimate craps table. Everybody was into it. The prizes were unbelievable that you could win. I had a great time, and I felt like at the end I wasn't ready to stop gambling. It's like, no, I don't want to stop. They were pushing us to put our bids in because they were shutting down the tables, and I was like, man, I feel like we're just getting going here. But no, I had a blast. Josh, how did you like casino night?
We had a lot of fun. So my family, me and my wife, we have 3 really young kids. So it's tough for us to get out, on date nights a lot. So this is one event that we just, we said we're going to. So we actually got a date night. So we felt like a retired geriatric is what we felt like, because we didn't work. We
went to dinner at
left for dinner at 4:00. we left our house for dinner at 4 o'clock. We sat down at dinner at 4:30. We got to casino night about 6:15. Ordered a couple drinks. But man, I couldn't tell you guys how much fun we had. My wife actually sat down and had no clue how to play Texas Hold'em. Next thing you know, she has like $30,000 worth of chips in front of her. We made up in poker. It was fun. Kelsey knocked out like 3 guys that were like super serious poker players, which I thought was just hysterical. She also played blackjack for a couple hours, and at one time was throwing like $5,000 a hand down, and so it was super cool. Valentine Insurance Agency sponsored a blackjack table. And I tell you what, every time you walked into the blackjack room, Valentine Insurance Agency table was packed the whole time. I mean, it was a hot seat to get at that table, which I thought was super cool. I know the Pleskaviches, mom and dad sat at that table all night supporting me. So I was super excited that they were there. We brought some friends with us. He's a general manager of Feldco here in town. And then my business partner, obviously Matt Weber, was there with us with their wives. We had a great time, and I won the whole home deep clean from Annabelle's Cleaning. So my wife was super excited about that because we have a dog and kids. So we'll get the house kind of tidied up and just let them come in and do their thing, and it's like we're gonna have a brand new house afterwards. So we're kind of excited to get some of the stuff that obviously having 3 kids you can't really get to when you come to deep cleaning. So we're pretty excited to win that prize from Annabelle's Cleaning. So
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we won 4 tickets, front row seats for the Beloit Snappers. And we also came away with the 3-month Beloit Club membership,
Nice.
which is pretty awesome. Because I was out at the Beloit Club. I love the fact. So normally the Beloit Club has this event, and I'm told that it's usually on the 2nd floor. This year it was on the main floor at the bar / formal dining room, and I thought that was really neat. I enjoyed.
I thought it worked out great.
Yeah, me too. 100%. So it was a great event. Trying to think what else we've recently done. I think those are the majors. Well, it's funny because we start recording again, and we had a ridiculous fun local weekend. Basically the 3 of us hung out all weekend leading up to our taping of season 1, and it wasn't really on purpose, just how the cards fell, and it was great times.
Well, when did we record our last episode?
September.
Oh my.
It was right after the Chile Dole camp.
Yep. Yes, it was.
It was right after camp.
Yep, for sure.
So right after Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. I love that's coming up, and we talked a lot about stuff in our first season, our sports. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, I'm really excited for these guys right here. I know for people that are just listening, it's the Chicago Blackhawks. I love hockey. It's one of my favorite sports to play. It's one of my favorite sports to watch. And I know that you two are kind of getting into hockey a little bit more, which I think is awesome. I'm sure we're going to go to a slew of Ice Hogs games, which is right here in our back pocket, which we're within our 10 weeks. We're going to follow them pretty heavily. I'm sure we'll, get you guys some scores and updates on them as their season goes on. But having an minor league hockey team in our hometown that's direct affiliate to the Blackhawks is huge, especially just for our youth, right? Our kids, because Rockford's a huge hockey community. It's very low key, but if you're in the hockey community, it's really tight knit. Whether you play for Rockford Hockey Club or the Belvedere team or Janesville Beloit, they all kind of intertwine with each other. But it's super cool for these kids to watch, professional hockey players, start their careers here in Rockford and then watch them go on and do great things for the Blackhawks or whatever team they end up playing for. So that's what I love about winter is I love Ice Hogs hockey. I love Blackhawks hockey. And I love just watching my son. We started basketball season now. So I love watching him run up and down the court and play basketball. And it's the one sport I know absolutely nothing about is basketball. And so I'm a dad. I'm excited to be a dad and not coach.
There you go.
So I'm excited for the journey of just this is our first time playing travel basketball for the Junior Thunder out of Belvedere North. So I get to be dad for once, and I'm super excited about it.
Well, I will tell you, the hockey community in Rockford is an amazing community. My son, my oldest Kyle, ran through that from the time he was 5 and played all the way up till he graduated high school. Travel hockey, junior ice hogs. He starts as a junior ice hog. He worked his way up. I'm going to give you a fun story about hockey in Rockford. So we all remember Corey Crawford, Stanley Cup winning goalie for the Blackhawks.
Yep.
Well, he started right here in Rockford. All right, he was an ice hog, and part of what the ice hogs do, they go to like practices where the kids are playing like junior ice hogs hockey, and they'll skate with the kids and they'll like do like little like help them out. Well, my oldest son Kyle was playing hockey, and my middle son Andrew, he was a goalie at the same time. And so he had his his goalie helmet, and he had his goalie stick and his pads. Well, Crawford came and was doing like a goalie. He was helping the goalies like learn how to move a little better, and he autographed his stick, his helmet, and his pads. Well, fast forward a few years, he's still playing in Rockford. Andrew's done playing hockey. He was just done, and we got this goalie equipment. So what do you do? Goalie equipment's expensive, so we sold it to like any of the parents. We put it out there. Any of the parents that have a goalie that's playing, we got equipment for sale, and they bought it. They bought the equipment, not realizing the autographs on everything. So they have a goalie stick signed by Corey Crawford, and then like 2 years later, he wins the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Like had all this autographed gear that's gone, but you don't think of it that way. You think of the kids, you know what I mean? But it's just the way they give back. So you never know. You get these players that come through Rockford, they will sign anything. You never know where they're going to go, but just amazing role models for our kids. That's what I'm going to say about that. And the coaches are really good too. They're all volunteer coaches, most of them. And a couple of them were semi-pro or professional players for the Ice Hogs that stayed in our community, and they're still helping with the program. So if you see any of those guys, thank them, because they do a great job mentoring our kids.
I've got a couple things before we wrap up season 1. We wouldn't do justice for the area.
Season 2, episode 1.
Jesus. Yes. Before we wrap up episode 1 of season 2,
note to self: don't ever record a day after a Bears game.
Wanted to highlight a couple things happening this weekend in the area. So you guys are going to be watching this Friday, which is November 18th. It's when we aired this episode. So today, I'm going to give a small plug. I don't do this often, but my daughter, 8-year-old Emma, is in the play The Aristocats. It is a play that's being put on by the studio that's down in Cherry Valley. She auditioned, had callbacks, and is in the cast. And they are performing this Friday, also on Saturday, which is the 18th and the 19th. It's a 6:00 p.m. performance on Friday night, 2:00 in the afternoon on Saturday, and it is going to be at the Christian Life Auditorium, the amphitheater that's Spring Creek Road in Rockford. So they have that for kids. It's all kids putting on a show. They also have the Disney's The Lion King is going to be at Cadillac Palace on a Saturday, the 19th. And the Rockford Symphony Orchestra has a concert on Sunday from 3 to 5, if that's your thing. There's quite a few events going on here pre-Thanksgiving as we kind of get into the big holiday season that I wanted to highlight in the area. I'm really excited to see my kid perform.
There you go. That's awesome.
Super excited for you guys.
I'm sure she's going to do phenomenal too. I mean, she is a tiny actress.
Yep, 100%.
Can you believe there is one thing that we didn't bring up that was life changing about me in the last 6 weeks? I shaved my beard off, guys.
Oh yeah, but it's coming back.
It's coming
It's coming
back.
back quickly.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
If anyone watches New
But-
York Yankees, Nestor Cortez, I
That's what
looked.
you look like.
All right. Well, with that, I'm assuming that's about it. We got it. This is a wrap, right, guys? So
Yeah.
let's look forward to the new season. I'm happy to be back with you guys. Please, everybody listening, do all the podcast things: subscribe, like, share, and if you're watching us on YouTube, on either George, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
It's now they have. Speaking of YouTube, now they have these handles. Mine is The Mortgage Dad. So at The Mortgage Dad.
Okay, or you can watch on my YouTube channel at Selling the Stateline. We'll have these posted. Have you gotten a YouTube channel yet, George? Josh?
No, I have not.
Nope, he has not. No YouTube channel. As always, though, you can watch the video on Facebook, Reppin the Stateline. That's our group on Facebook. At The Mortgage Dad, at Selling the Stateline. Listen wherever you listen to podcasts. Do all the podcasty, YouTubey things. And I look forward to having 10 awesome weeks with you guys. And
I can't wait for next week. That's 3 surprise guests. Our first sit and sip of the year. It is going to be holiday themed, of course, because it's airing the day after Thanksgiving.
Something to listen to or watch while you're recovering from your turkey coma.
Yep.
All
We
right,
will
guys.
be with you then. Until then.
Have a good one, guys. Appreciate all you.